Captaincy and Form Press Conference. I hope everyone's phone is on silent mode and do raise your hand and wait for your turn. Yes, Mr. Lele.
रोहित, गेम में हार जीत होती है और बल्लेबाज गलती करता है तो आउट होता है, लेकिन ये टूर में हमने देखा है कि कुछ बल्लेबाज हमारी टीम में ऐसे हैं कि जिनको रिदम नहीं मिल रहा है और कुछ बल्लेबाज ऐसे जिनको रिदम मिल रहा है लेकिन वो विकेट छोड़ रहे हैं, उसका दुख कितना होता है?
देखिए, दुख जब मैच हारते हो तो उसका दुख ज़्यादा होता है। परफॉर्मेंसेस बैट्समैन के होते रहते, नहीं होते रहते, लेकिन अगर जो आपको रिजल्ट्स चाहिए अगर वो नहीं मिलते तो उसका दुख ज़्यादा होता है। ऑब्वियसली इसमें रिजल्ट्स क्यों नहीं मिलते, वो इसलिए नहीं मिलते जब अगर आपके पास अपॉर्चुनिटी है वो गेम को दबाने के लिए तो वो गेम को दबाना चाहिए। उसमें शायद बॉलिंग हो या बैटिंग हो, बैट्समैन हो या बॉलर्स हो, दोनों का उतना ही रोल रहता है। हमारे पास चांसेस थे, अभी तक 4 मैच हुए, चारों मैचेस में पहले मैच को अगर छोड़ दो क्योंकि वो मैच जीते जो एडिलेड में हम हारे, ब्रिस्बेन में और यहाँ पर जो हारे, उसमें हमारे पास चांसेस थे अच्छा करने का, अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ लेने का, बट वो अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हमने लिए नहीं। उसकी वजह से गेम में पीछे लगे। फिर ऑब्वियसली आज हमारे पास अपॉर्चुनिटी था कि गेम को हमारे तरफ लाया जाए या ड्रॉ किया जाए, बट कोशिश की, बट अगेन बहुत से लड़के जिनकी आप बात करें, जिन्होंने रन बनाए, लंबा खेल सकते थे, लेकिन अभी नए लड़के सीखेंगे, आगे जितना मैचेस खेलेंगे तो सीखेंगे उस चीज़ को लेके।
The last couple of months have been very tough as a test captain. There have been some defeats. So personally, where do you stand as a captain and as a batsman, and what are the processes that you are trying to follow now that maybe some corrective measures are needed? Like where do you stand mentally and as a player?
I stand where I'm standing today. There is nothing to think about what has happened in the past. Obviously, few results have not gone our way. As a captain, yes, that is disappointing. And yes, as a batter as well, a lot of the things that I'm trying to do is not falling in the place that I would want to. But mentally, look, it is disturbing without a doubt. If you've come here and you want to come here and try and do successfully what you're supposed to, and if those things don't fall in place, that is a big disappointment. But as of now, that is where it is, and there are things that we as a team need to look at. I personally need to look at as well. So we'll try and see what happens. There's still a game to go, and if we can play that game well, it's 2-2, so a draw will be really nice.
For just on the 3 days to the next test match, match shattering and losses, how do you need to? Because you said there was still a series to be drawn for 59 games. So how do you
look, there's not enough time, obviously, but there are a lot of things that didn't go our way. Obviously, we have to look at those things, try and see what we can correct that we didn't do well as a team, as a players, as individually as well. So those are the things. Yes, there's not enough time, but we just want to not give it up and make sure that when we turn up at Sydney, we try and do everything possible to try and move that momentum towards us. Again, we have seen it over the years. Coming here and playing is not easy, but I wouldn't say that we've played bad cricket so far. There have been times where we ourselves are very disappointed with certain things that we did, but again, there are a lot of things also that we did right as well. So but again, like I said, Sydney, again, we have an opportunity to come out there and do what we can as a team and make sure we try and play that game well.
Rohit, what was your reaction to the Pant shot? Did you have any discussion with him when you got back?
Sorry?
How do you look at the Pant shot that sort of led Australia back in the game?
Today?
Rishabh Pant shot.
Today, huh? Ki pehle inning ka?
No.
See, look, it's just happened. There hasn't been any discussion about today. Obviously, we lost the game. Everybody is disappointed about how things actually planned out. We certainly didn't think of this result. There is no doubt about that. But again, look, Rishabh Pant, obviously, look, he needs to understand what is required from himself more than any one of us telling him. It's about him understanding and figuring out what is the right way to go about it. In the past, he's given us a lot of success doing what he does. So, as a captain, there is a kind of mixed reaction to that. Sometimes you want to back that thought of him playing the way he plays, and sometimes when things doesn't look good, it frustrates everyone. But that is what it is. That's the reality. It's the success and the failure. There needs to be a balance about it. And as a captain, it's very hard to have conversation when it has given him a lot of success as well. But it's about him figuring out what is the right way to do things. It's just about situation as well. Certain situation of the game where if there is a risk percentage, do you want to take that risk? Do you want to let the opposition come back into the game? Those are the things he needs to figure out himself. I know Rishabh for a very long time, and I understand his cricket as well. In the past also we've had a lot of conversation. So in terms of conversation, there's no way I can say that I've not had a chat with him or he doesn't understand what the team expects. He understands that, but the things that he does gives him results as well. So it's just that fine line between telling him not to do those things or telling him to do those things.
Yeah, so where you go?
Rohit, Bumrah has been spectacular through the series, but as a captain, how do you restrain yourself from overboarding him? Is there a danger of overboarding him?
Yeah, there is. To be honest, he's bowled a lot of overs. There's no doubt about it. But again, every test match we play, we keep that in mind. The workloads of all the bowlers, in fact. But again, like if somebody is in such a great form, you want to try and maximize that form how much ever you can, and that is what we've been trying to do with Bumrah. But there comes a time where you need to, step back a little bit and give him that little bit of extra breather as well. So we've been very careful. I've been very careful. I talk to him about how he feels and stuff like that. So those things should be managed carefully, and I'm trying to do that on the field.
Right, Jaswal's dismissal, Sneaker suggests there wasn't an edge. The video suggests there was an edge. Jaswal went and spoke to the umpires for a couple of seconds before it went off. What's your reaction as captain to what was obviously a crucial dismissal?
Yeah, look, really, I don't know what to make of that because the technology didn't show anything. But with the naked eye, it seemed that he did touch something. So I don't know how the umpires want to use the technology. But in all fairness, I think he did touch the ball. But again, look, it's about the technology, which we all know is not 100%. But again, like I said, we don't want to really look too much into that. It's just that we are more often than not, we are the ones falling on the wrong side of it. So it has been happening since India. But yeah, that's where I feel we've been a little unfortunate.
Suman.
Captain, of course, one of the stars of this match was Nitish Kumar Reddy. The way he has batted in this series, India's second highest scorer, average of more than 60. How do you talked about fast tracking him in India, but now when he's playing like this, showing this kind of maturity in Australia, how do you see his growth and the kind of potential he has with both bat and ball?
No, look, when we saw him for the first time, we saw there's a lot of potential, which is why he came here in the first place. And he's come and shown here what he's capable of. With the bat, he was brilliant. He understood the situation pretty well, read the situation pretty well, and he's got solid technique as well. And superb mind, not to forget, is very strong character. He wants to fight it out there. Right now it's very hard to say the growth part because it's only been 4 test matches for him, and I hope that he plays for long enough for India in all forms and keeps doing what he does. From here he obviously he's only going to go up because he's got all the tools to be very, very successful at this level.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Rohit, you talked about Bumrah's workload. Will you ever during this match feel the need of another frontline wicket taking or an option? Or are you happy playing 3 frontline pacers and then backing the side of the all-round?
Look, Akash and Siraj are the frontline seamers. It's just that they've been very unfortunate not to be seen on the wicket column. Siraj especially is bowling his heart out. I don't think there's anything else that he can do. Obviously, there are technical aspect of his game that he's looking into. But other than that, in terms of his effort, his attitude, bowling those long spells, he's always up there. It's just that the wicket column doesn't show how well he's bowled, but so is Akash. In Brisbane and here, in both the games, he's bowled really well. Just unfortunate that couldn't get the wickets under his name. But these are the 3 frontline seamers that we're playing, and just everyone's job to make sure that whoever plays needs to get job done for the team. It is not about 1 or 2 individuals. It's about everyone making sure that they come out here and get the job done.
We'll be taking last few questions.
Right, just the context around the Rishabh Pant dismissal. What was your message to them at the team? Did you think you could still win the game?
During tea, what was the situation?
You needed around 6 and over. You had 7. Rishabh's a good player.
He's a good player. There's no doubt. I mean, it's obviously when you come here chasing 340 in mind, we did that last time around, so there's no way that we were not thinking of the target. But to get that target, you need to lay the foundation. You need to lay that foundation for the other batters to come and play the way they want to play. We've got guys in our team who can take the game till the end, like we did in few occasions in the past. Unfortunately, when Rishabh got out, obviously we lost a couple of wickets right after that, and then we knew that it was always going to be tough. Just to be realistic, sometimes I know you want to do the target, you want to chase the target, you want to be positive and stuff like that, but you've got to be realistic as well sometimes. And getting 6 and over on that pitch, it seems a little tough. Wicket was slowing down a fair bit, day 5 pitch. And then, look, when we had 7 wickets in hand, we were all positive. We were not thinking too far ahead also, and not going in our shell as well. We wanted to be positive and see where the game goes. The message was to all the batters was to just play the situation and play the game and see where it ends up. And then if the situation arises where there is a time where you can enter into that contest of putting the pressure right back on the opposition, we will do that. But we never felt that we had the opportunity to put the pressure there back on the opposition. They bowled a very good spell up front, and then obviously losing wickets at regular intervals also held us back a little bit.
Sri Lanka.
On Shubman Gill, Sanju Samson told a story about like how T20 World Cup final after the just before the toss when he was dropped not picked, that you went and spoke to him why someone they were, and he talks how gratefully. So what was your chat with Shubman Gill before this, and how has he taken it? And Sydney, considering is sort of a similar spin pitch, but not similar, but spin track, would you be wearing the same team as?
Look, I don't know what team I'll go with. We'll go there and see the pitch. Look, I had a chat with him. There is no way when you're leaving someone out for whatever reason it is, you will have a chat, and the chat was with him was clearly he was not dropped. We just wanted to have that extra bit of cushion in the bowling, and hence we opted for an all-rounder, which shouldn't weaken our batting lineup. Compromising a batter for a bowler was not something that I wanted to do. We wanted to, bat as deep as possible, and along with that have the same combination. Along with that, to have a bowling attack which can take 20 wickets. So we considered everything, and we ended up compromising him, unfortunately. But again, look, with him, there was never a doubt that he was not batting well or he was not scoring runs or anything like that. It was just to get that combination where we can cover both bases, batting and bowling. We opted for that option.
He understood.
Of course, I mean everyone has to understand that, because eventually we don't make personal decisions. It is in the best interest of the team. We want to put the team ahead and think about what is the right combo for this particular venue and this opposition. So that's how I plan. Picking up the team. Sometimes, you can see there's been a lot of changes in the team, but sometimes you got to make sure that whatever suits the conditions, suits your team, and where you can cover all sides of the facets of the game, you make that decision, and that's what we did.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.